See, this is one of them clips that's gonna make some people uncomfortable. A lot of people tend to think that certain behaviors don't exist until it's staring them right in the face. We're gonna pull out the lessons and see what we can learn from it. It's definitely gonna be a lot of game and a lot of gems on this one. I go by the name of DALIO. Let's get into it.
So I've been dealing with a married man. Don't get me key.
That's why you're nervous, girl. That's why you're nervous.
Okay. Okay, I've been dealing with him for 3 years. He's been with his relationship for 20 years, and he's been married for 5. But he don't wear his wedding ring. I just want to know why it turns me on.
Oh, why it turns you on that he's married?
You know why you turned on about it?
Why?
It's that Jezebel spirit that's in you.
Oh man. Shorty said, why does it turn me on? You can look at that a couple different ways. They always say the best cologne on a man is another woman. So that being said, being that he's married, that's turning her on, right? The best way to get women and attract women is to have a woman, because women like men that other women like, right? You ever notice how when you're in school, the cool kid, it's like even when they know that he got a bunch of women, more women still want him. It's that kind of thing. It's like the best cologne is another woman. So she's like, why am I turned on? Sometimes a woman doesn't even know why she feels a certain way about a thing. And that's why, you got to be tapped in and you got to have some game about you, because I know exactly why she likes it. She don't know. She's like, why am I turned on? I know exactly why. Now, the host seems like she's about to get, go another route, which I understand that as well. But before we even go there, we like to look at things a little differently. So that's how I'm going to look at it for now.
You feeding off of somebody's marriage. I don't take these things lightly. That's why you were shaking when you came to this microphone.
Right.
Because you knew what was coming. And I'm not speaking from my own mind. I'm speaking as a woman of God right now. I'm not speaking from just Kitty. When you are entering into somebody else's covenant, you are playing in God's face. You think life is sweet right now. David had to face consequences too. No matter how much he repented, he still had to face consequences.
Right. So part of that is definitely true. Like, at the end of the day, as men, we got to be the leaders. We got to uphold the moral code, the moral standards. So no, I don't condone, or do I agree with a man doing something off on the side of his marriage and his woman doesn't know about it. We're men, we don't need to lie. So at the end of the day, he probably needs to sit his woman down. He's been with her for 20 years. Sit her down and let her know what's going on. If this is something that he wants to do, he needs to do it under the scope that everything is legit, everything is upfront, and it's completely transparent. But this backdoor stuff is wrong. And the host is right, Kitty's right. Shorty's up here basically engaging in it, and she's wrong for that too, for sure, full stop. But as men, we set the standard, so I'm gonna put more blame on the man than I'm gonna put on her. They both wrong, but that's on him. He gotta uphold the standard and keep it up front and legit.
You got consequences with your name on it. I would never play in someone's face like that. And you also trying to build off of another woman. That ain't never gonna get you anywhere. I don't care if he don't wear his wedding ring. You can't rationalize this situation. You can't justify this right now. You know you out of order. You think life good right now because we have a problem as people. We like to live in the moment. God don't live in the moment. He see everything that's gonna happen in the future. And he see exactly what it is that you're doing right now. I don't care what that man is doing. For you to come up to this mic and be a woman who does not have integrity. We talking.
That's a fact, right? Everybody wants to live in the moment. Everybody's thinking about right now, this moment today. How can I feel the best today? It's like people that want to party and drink every weekend. They're trying to get an instant gratification. They're trying to feel good off the drink, off the smoke, whatever they do. They ain't thinking about, the future effects of that. Because when you're young and you drinking and smoking, you're not going to see those effects until later down the line. You 40, 50, 60 years old, teeth falling out, skin is decrepit, and all these issues that you're having, health issues, because you didn't think about further down the line. You're thinking about right in the moment. And that's what most people do. Even with this situation, the husband and the mistress, they're just thinking about right there in the moment. Oh, it feels good. It's sneaky. You know, the excitement of sneaking off and dipping off and doing whatever we're doing behind closed doors. It gives them a thrill, but in all reality, that's going to backfire for sure, and it's not going to be what they think it is.
About women, you know how it feels to be hurt. I know you know how it feels to be betrayed. You would never want something like that to happen behind your back. I can't imagine. I hope and pray you never get married. I hope and pray you, and I also hope and pray you never get into a relationship. You know why?
That's the thing. I don't want to be because I already know. I feel like I already know what.
People say that all day long, honey.
You're right, bro.
And then you get into it.
Look, so there you have it. There you have it. So, and that's the whole thing. You can go about it however you want to go about it. That's the problem. You got to accept people for where they are, who they are, and what they are. So when it comes to female nature, it's like, look, to me, this whole thing, as far as, you know, the mistress doing whatever she doing and feeling however she feel, yes, on face value, it's wrong, right? It's wrong because they're being deceitful. The wife don't know nothing about it, so it's wrong. But as far as men, us looking at something like this, we don't need to take the angle that the host is taking. We need to take the angle of, look, this is a reality. You could be on the other side of that female nature aspect, right? You can be in a situation where that's your woman and she's sneaking off with another guy, right? So you got to look at this and say, okay, a woman's nature has a dark side to it, right? And women cannot always show that in this world. Why? Because the world looks down upon it. The world frowns upon it. Women enjoy sex just as much as men, if not more. But you would never think that, right? You don't think that. You think they don't like it as much. You think you're the one that's fiending for it, that needs it, that's going crazy, right? So it's stuff like this. She's sitting here, she's not really feeling no way. She's like, oh yeah, I know. I know I'm not gonna get married because I feel like it's just, she don't really feel inherently bad for what she's doing. And we know that because why? She came up here and had the audacity to say it. She don't look sad. She don't look like she got any remorse. She kind of like, look, it is what it is. And as men, you got to look at it like that. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just a true thing. And accept it for what it is and move accordingly.
And guess what?
I'm going to get hurt.
Oh, man, it's coming back for you. So that's what I'm saying. If you know this, why are you doing this?
Because you're a loser.
Hold on. This don't even have to show up in just an intimate relationship. This can show up in a friendship as well. Like, I don't care about the fact that you get a thrill off of it. You have to be a better person for yourself. That shows right there. I always tell women that, especially women who like to be the side piece. You are operating from such a low space of self-worth. You got to do better than that, baby. I don't care what lies that man.
Hey man, shout out to bro. He just jumped up and said, "Cause you're a loser." That was funny. Yeah, it's definitely a low. It's a low trait to have. It's a low quality to have because it's rooted in dishonesty, deceitfulness, and you know it's just all of the wrong things, right? I'd much rather it be a situation where now he has his wife. He's been with her for 20 years. They married for 5. They know all the ins and outs, and he introduces it to her. You know, hey, this is such and such. This is how I want to move. You down or you not down? Give her the option, but to go behind her back, sneak around and do it, that's a problem. Kitty's speaking to the woman. She's speaking from a woman's aspect, and she's definitely right. It's like that's low tier. As a woman, you should want to be the main one. You should want to be, the top one. As men, we understand that we got to categorize the women that we come across, right? You meet a chick like her, you already know her mindset, the way she's moving. Yeah, she got to be a side chick, straight up. That's where she got to be. You put a woman like that in a wifey position, you'll see how that's gonna end up. You see her nature, you see what she's on, right? And it's not something where we're like all women are bad. No, all women aren't bad. But you got to pay attention and know what you got. So some women, yeah, they belong in that side chick position. It's that simple.
It's telling you, you think that's cool, you think stuff is sweet. It's not cool. I've seen guys wrath with my own eyes, and that man is out of order right now. And when he faces God's judgment and he's in direct rebellion of God, guess what? You're going to be a victim of that judgment as well. You've put yourself in that type of position. Y'all keep playing with God if you want to. You've seen it. I know you've seen that. You can't get the love that you need from a married man. That is reserved for his wife. He's only giving you the bits and pieces that he wants to give you. You don't think you better than that?
Of course.
So when it comes to that, she said you can't receive the love that you need from a married man? I beg to differ, because if that's the case, the men that have multiple wives, by that logic, if he has multiple wives, he can't love all of them equally. He can't give all of them the love that they need, which we know is not the case, because we have plenty of men with multiple wives that, you know, is thriving. So I disagree with that. I get what she's trying to say. She's basically saying in this dynamic, yeah, he's not going to give her X, Y, and Z. Of course he's not, because she's a side chick. So he ain't going to give her that. And we know that. But as far as just on a general rule, a married man can't give, you know, another woman love because he's married. That's just not true.
You don't think so? Why you doing this, baby?
It's just, I guess it's just a fuck thing. I don't really want love. I don't
So wait, hold on. So what you want?
I don't know. I don't want love from him.
You know, you're trying to persuade yourself that you don't.
I don't.
You're trying to persuade yourself that you don't. If you didn't want love, you wouldn't be messing with a married man.
Here's my take on everything. So, number one, you see even at the end, she's like, well, what is it about? What is it for? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I think it's just a sex thing. You know, I think it's just for sex. And it's like, the host is like, no, that can't be it. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, you cannot force it. You got to accept it. So she is a type, she is a side piece. It's just what it is. She got a side piece mindset. That's just what it is. Yeah, I agree with the host. I feel like if she had it her way, she would definitely want love. She would definitely want love. Some women, the love thing don't hit the way it's supposed to for them, right? That's something that, you know, whether trauma or upbringing or certain things affected them and the way they're wiring. That's not a natural wiring. But when you come across the ones that's wired like that, you be wise to treat them as what they are. And that's a side chick. So she's trying to wrap her head around like, no, there's no way. There's a way for sure. And that's the whole point of why I like this clip. It gives you a direct visual of the dark side of female nature. And as men, we need to understand it. It's a real thing. Don't be naive to it. Don't be delusional to it. It could very well be your woman. That's why you got to pay attention to the nature and the habits and everything that's going on, and understand that it's out there, and categorize it the way it needs to be. You come across one that needs to go in that category, you put it in that category. It's that simple. You know, as far as on the woman aspect, for my ladies, you know, if that's how you want to ride, that's how you want to ride. You know, play your position the right way. You know, don't ever forget that you're the side. Don't think you can start jumping up and trying to be the main. For my fellas, I don't think that's the way to go. I feel like it's gonna backfire. I think you should be a little more, you know, upfront with everything, upfront and honest. That way nothing can be thrown in your face. But to each his own. You play the game how you play it. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Who do you think is more responsible here? The married man or the woman who got involved already knowing that he was married? Or do you think they both share responsibility equally? Let me know down below in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, share it with somebody you think would enjoy this. And also let me know in the comments something that you learned from this video. Until next time.